Folk Doctor.
Say let's stop the things you're gonna do, baby, just show it through. And coming with me is time, cause pausing ain't what I do. I bet you kinda wanna rely on an old excuse. Ain't no spinning me around all them circles you be into. Unmatched is what I fall, see is what I got. I'm polished, ain't never messy. Don't mix me up with no medleys. Impress me with your confidence. Focus your body, all of it. Feline is only forward, the mission she undefeated. What we gon' do? Have them clear up, pocket ready, yeah. We're on the move, so it's fault and fault, no going back. You look good on you, tilt it back. Think you so to you. See my friends, yeah, they got it too. Only facts, humble brag, humble brag. If they come for you, send them back. You poppin' girls like you, break them necks, be untouchable. Kinda swag, humble brag, self-talk. Just for a minute, my opposition is you. I'm good with that cause I like you. You fight fair and for me too. No lie, we have them battles, them scars, but now we do. Cover up just to glow up, a bossy baddie I knew. I bet you're the best of me, cause I know you got it. I'm more than a woman's lessons, a faded phase of my past. Impress me with your confidence, focus your body, all of it. Feline is only forward, the mission she undefeated. What we gon' do? Have them clear up, pocket ready, yeah. We're on the move, so it's fault and fault, no going back. Mirror said, you look good on you. Told it back, I told it back, yeah. It's up to you. See my friends, yeah, they got it too. They got it too. A little brag is humble brag, humble brag. If they come for you, they come for you. Send them back. You poppin' girl, you poppin' girl, do them. Be untouchable, kinda swag, humble brag, humble brag. You look good on you, told it back. Thank you so to you. See my friends, yeah, they got it too. Only facts, humble brag, humble brag. If they come for you.
Yes, y'all know what that was, man. That's that humble brag, Ronay. The beat was done by Funk Daddy, man. Platinum producer Funk Daddy. So, you know, we've been bumping that joint. And a lot of other stations have been getting hip to that joint. Humble Brag, produced by Funk Daddy. Y'all know what time it is. And on the phone lines right now, because it's the 30-minute chop up, it's your girl, Ronay. What up, Ronay?
Hey, what's up?
Okay. You got more energy than me. Okay, I gotta pretend like I don't know you and I'm getting hip to you and like I'm becoming a big fan. I gotta, okay. But really, truly, it's like that though, because like even though we family, I never knew you sang. I never knew, you know, there was a big gap window ever since my grandma died. It's been kind of hard being kept, you know, keeping up with the family and what everybody is doing. Like Sincere got kids that was going to college and playing ball, and I was getting a little in and out on that. But I never knew you start singing because I know Uncle Ronald can't sing, so I don't know where you got it from.
Yeah, no, not that I know.
So how'd you end up singing? When did you feel like, you know, you want to pursue a career in music?
Oh my goodness. Actually, I've been wanting to sing since I was a little kid. I used to want to sing everything under the sun. I was singing all the time whenever music was playing at home. My mom and dad always played music when we were cleaning up, taking a shower, like doing anything around the house. Music was playing, and so I always sang along, and I love the vibe and the feeling of music. When I was a little girl, I would sing in talent shows, and I would dance. I would always go to the little neighborhood spots where you can dance, and that was what I just love to perform. And so it's really been in me since I was a little girl. It really has been. In a real way, as I got older, dance actually became the thing for me, because singing, I just, you know, I like to sing along, but I never had got like I would say the training, I guess, to sing, and so that kind of faded out, but like the love for music never did. And so as I got older, I was like, you know, I want to write. My passion for singing and for dancing and for all of that performance, it never went away, and so I kind of came back to it. But it really has been it's been there with me since I was a little girl, like literally recording Mariah Carey on the radio, you know, like literally singing and playing her songs and singing it back and going to look in the dictionary and find out what the word she's saying means, you know, like, so I've always wanted to sing. I actually sang at my dad's wedding when he got married.
That's crazy.
and I sang at Auntie Karen's wedding.
I didn't. Wait. I was at Auntie Karen's wedding. I kind of probably just don't remember.
It was a long time ago.
I remember the funeral. I mean, the funeral. I remember the wedding. Man, that's how crazy my world was. I was just all over the place. So you made this single. That's when I found out that you was actually singing and serious about it. And I took it up to the radio station and I was like, okay, I don't want these guys to think that I'm just playing this joint because it's my family. So I remember playing it in the studio before we went on air. And I remember the DJ. The DJ was like, yo, that joint is tight. Who is that? And I was like, playing it off. I was like, that's Ronay. Singer named Ronay. And then they was like, oh, what? We playing that joint, right? I'm like, yeah, we playing it. And then we played it. And it was a trip because it had its own style. It was like not the norm R&B. The record, the way it was arranged was kind of dope. I was like, yo, the arrangements is dope. And when the song got done, I remember the DJ the next time we went on air saying, yo, let's play that Ronay joint. I got it queued up. He already had it queued up. And again, I didn't tell them this is my family. So, because I wanted it to be natural, right? And then all of a sudden on the air, I was like, yo, that was that Ronay. And the DJ was like, yeah, man, she's hot. Ooh, man, I kind of like that joint. Da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, that's my cousin. and he looked at me and he was like, for real? I was like, yeah. So it was good. It was a good introduction. It was a good thing to do. Even now in promotions, you know, when I'm trying to get something cracking, I hit people and I just say, yo, check this record out by Ronay and see if this is something you want to play or, you know, want to get involved with. And I just send it to them because anybody's going to say yes when I say that's my family. Right? So I want it to be natural. I want it to be real. And that's probably why I take my time with everything is because I actually want it to be real. A real build up, you know. And so we're playing the record now. We got a lot of attention from it recently. A lot of people asking more questions. They want to hear more of the music. And that's when you know you got something. When people say, yo, where can I hear the rest of her music at? Right, so that's the sync line and the sinker right there, right. So what are you working on? Album? I know you said you want to be more, do some more singles and kind of build like that. I like the fact that you actually put your music through the system, but you made sure that the record was available on your own website at real time because you know we ain't got time to be waiting on no checks.
Right.
And you know, I'm just starting to lose my interest in these sites telling you what you've done and what you haven't done, but you don't have no way to prove it, right? They just tell you a number and that's what it is. With this humble brag, tell people a little more about humble brag, what it means.
Yeah. Okay. Humble brag was something that definitely came organically. I was literally looking in the mirror one day and just kind of like having one of those days where you kind of picking yourself apart a little bit and kind of having like a self-judgment moment and reevaluating myself, like thinking about my past, thinking about where I'm at right now, and just trying to encourage myself and uplift myself. And it really was like, okay, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like really encouraging myself and being okay with where I'm at and not feeling like people's judgments can impact me. And so I wanted to be able to tell myself, okay, like it's okay to feel good about yourself. It's okay to feel like, you know, you don't look like everybody else, you don't sound like everybody else, you are Ronay, and being okay with that, you know what I'm saying? And so literally I was just like literally in my head, a lot of the times lyrics come to me organically. I like to write my own stuff, and so literally just all of a sudden these lyrics just comes to me and say less with things you're gonna do, baby, just show and prove. And it was just like it just came to me organically, like literally a self-talk moment for me. I was talking to myself, like, you can do this. It was literally a conversation with myself, and don't go backwards, go forwards, you know. And it just became humble brag, and I just kept writing. I literally spent the entire night. I think I kept writing until like 6 o'clock the next morning, and stayed up all night writing it. Like, no lie, like I didn't go to sleep, because it was what I was feeling at the moment. And obviously, you know, the beat, I mean, Funk Daddy, okay, hello. Like, he came with it, with the beat, and just made it exactly what I feel like it was supposed to be, which I feel like is a dope song. I love it. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's literally just encouraging other people too. Like, just humble brag. You don't have to be super cocky. You don't have to be, you know, trying to be like everybody else and all that, but you can be proud of yourself. And I think that's okay.
That's dope. That's dope. Because I ain't gonna lie, it blindsided me. I didn't know what humble brag was. I was just like, what is humble brag? And then I got hip. So you hit me to something, because then I started looking it up, and it was, you know, it was real. And I was like, damn, a lot of people should feel that way. Because it's quick to get down on yourself, right? It's easy, to get down on yourself. But it's not norm to stick your chest out, because people want to criticize you for sticking the chest out and saying, yo, you tell people to be confident, but then if a person become confident and speak of their confidence, then you got something to say also. Now, then they're conceited. There's always that other word that they pick up from that, right? Like, oh, you're conceited. Oh, you're stuck on yourself. But I think you can be humble and still brag about your accomplishments or what you're doing or what you're looking like, right? So I think that's dope. Now, you got a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm allowed to talk about this now, but you're going to be performing in May with sharing the stage with Faith Evans, which I think is dope.
Which is amazing.
Right? And then you got one coming up with Anthony Tibbs. What is that one called? Let's talk about that one first.
Yeah, that is it's a Neo Soul Fest, and that's going to be on July 17th, and that is actually going to be sharing the stage with Life Jennings and a bunch of other local Seattle artists. So it's a pretty big, it's like a 2-day show. It's the 16th and 17th, and I'll actually be performing on the 17th, which is the same day that Life will be performing, so I'm like super excited about that. Yeah.
That's dope.
Preparing for that.
And that's what it is, man. Just staying busy. Staying busy. Keep your name out there, because today's world, these kids are not playing. They are going in the studio that night, and all of a sudden it's out tomorrow. They don't believe in the build up. They just drop records. So trying to keep up. And R&B is kind of slow process. Because there's a lot more involved. It ain't like you just go and do an R&B record and drop it, because there's a lot of other people involved. And then there's a simple R&B where everything rhymes. I walked up in the club, he looked like a scrub, I said what's up. That kind of took out the classic R&B. I remember when R&B singers started rapping and I was just like, I wasn't feeling it. I was just like, yo, I want you to tell me a story. I want you to, hey, Beyonce make it sound good. She rhymed.
Right.
But then it's just like, yo, give us a meaningful record. I don't want you saying the lyrics that Papoose would say or Soulja Boy. I want you to because sometimes, you want to sit back and let that record mean something to you, like humble brag. Like now somebody can play a record saying, yo, I'm cool with myself and this is my jam right here, because this is me. You feel me? Like this is me. Exactly. A lot of people scared to in today's world with all things that's going on. We need records like that. We need records of confidence. Right, and then you got the Faith Evans coming up for Jay's birthday party. That's actually a good friend of mine, man. He used to run away and live with my mom and us, and it's kind of funny, man, because you got your friends, and then and you fall out with them, and you have all this turmoil and stuff like that. Those ain't really your friends, but then you have them friends that knew you when you was young. And they share a little bit of history with you. You never fall out, but you never really talk every day either. Like you might run into them guys like every few months or every year, and the love is just there. It's naturally, it's organic, like you said.
Yep.
And I think that's the relationships that really mean something to me. And it's good that we can do stuff together. Like his birthday was coming up, and the first thing he did was call me. Now he's like, yo, I want to have a big 50th. I need this joint to be grown, sexy, and off the hook. And I want to bring somebody to town. And, we went back and forth for a while. He landed Faith Evans, and then I was like, yo, it's only right that we keep it all family, and that's what it is. It's a night of family and fun. So we're going to make sure the highlight is his birthday. And everybody's coming to kind of celebrate his birthday and enjoy some tunes and food and drinks, and that's what it is. I want to say the date and I want to say the place. I just got the flyer back. I'm gonna wait till the actual birthday boy blasts his flyer out first, because it's only fair. And then we taking off and running. So
yeah, man.
The Faith Evans, the joint with Anthony Tibbs. Looking for some more gigs. The festival, we're hoping to land that one, so you guys can come out this summer and check out Ronay on the big stage in Seattle.
At the Emoja Fest.
At the Emoja Fest. That's looking pretty good and confident. Does that make sense? Confident? Yeah, I'll use it. I'm ready to see that. I mean, the summer should be busy. You work with a lot of the Cut Close. Is that what it is? Is that the dancers?
Cutting Up.
Cutting Up. Did
the
you?
Dance group?
Yeah. So what's your affiliation with Cutting Up?
So when I was in high school many years ago, I actually was on a dance team that when we all, it was like a hip hop dance team, and that's where most of my friends, they actually ended up becoming professional dancers, and we all would dance together. And so the coach for Cutting Up is Tyrone, Coach Crosby. He actually used to dance too. He wasn't on our team. He was on a team that we would dance with and compete against and stuff like that. And he went to high school with me as well. And so we kind of all stayed close throughout the years. Like that distance also has happened, like you just talked about earlier, where, we didn't talk for years, and then we came back around, and it's been all of, every time we see each other. And so when I decided that, okay, I want to do music in a real way, and because I love to perform, I have to include dancing in my performance, because that's a part of who I am. I reached out to Tyrone or Coach Crosby and asked him if he's got some dancers and stuff that I can work with, and he hooked me up with some of his dancers, and they've kind of just been riding with me throughout my journey, which has been dope. So yeah, that's my connection with that. Like Cutting Up is kind of just being like a little sister group of girls that are just trying to out here make it just like I was, at the end of the day. So
yeah, but the youngsters, the youngsters are hard to land. So you must be doing good music to be having the youngsters. I'm serious, because they kind of like to stay in their little rim and with their type, with their kind of genre of music and stuff like that. So that just lets you know where you are. It really do, because they want to be involved with your music that you're doing. You work with Kevin Gardner on the vocals. What was it like working with Kevin Gardner? Because I know he's also a vocal coach. Did that come into play when you guys were recording?
Absolutely. Yes, he has been so dope. Actually, he has helped me a lot. Like when I'm recording with him, he's always going to tell me, what's working and what is not. And you can tell he's very experienced. He's well versed in understanding what I'm supposed to sound like. He'll break out the keyboard if need be, and just coaches me through songs. I usually try to have something together when I'm with him, but then he'll help me throughout the process. And just he always, even like we were texting today, like he always gives me like a little bit of tips just here and there on how to continue growing as a vocalist, because it's totally just like me. I study it at this point. I'm studying it now, and just how to use my voice and use it as an instrument. And that's something that he's definitely taught me, and I'm definitely keeping him in my back pocket because I really like him. He's a good spirit, definitely.
Yeah, Kevin Gardner been in the game for a long time. We used to all live together because we was on this label, and we were living out in Bellevue, and all the artists was living in one house. The record label owner, would pay the bills and let us stay there and just focus on music. And Kevin and Beasley, this other artist and producer that was with him, they would not get no sleep. They would probably sleep for about 2 hours, and then they would be up and working on music. I mean, the guy never stops. Kevin has never stopped. I don't think there's a day in his life that he just wasn't doing music. Kevin Gardner has been, I mean, and he's so versatile, like the stuff he did with E40, Be Legit, those type of records, Mac Mall, you name it. I mean, it had nothing to do with R&B, but Kevin, you know, there was a time where he was just the guy to go to, especially with the Bay Area artists coming up here getting production. So I always try to throw Kevin to artists because I know they're going to get two things out of it. They're going to get good music and they're going to get a person that know how to tell them like the truth, right? So it ain't just about, oh, you just rent the studio time and then you just do your song and get out of here. He's actually, you know, specialized in, hey, that's not the right note. Come in here and let's see if we can get this key. This is where you're supposed to be. And if something's not working, to tell you it's not working so you can leave out a happy customer. And then, you know, it ain't just about the money. He's really into the artist. So if he, you know, I think that's so appreciative of Kevin, because I already knew when you went to Kevin what you was going to get. You know, it's different because people are producers, which I call arrangers. And then there's people that just produce. Like they just, you know, hey, I got a beat. You got a song. Go record it wherever you want to. I'll give you the beat. And then, you know, people mix and they say it's a song. But that's not really a process. That's not the process. You know, even when I work with producers, sometimes you work with them and you get the foundation, which is the vocals laid over the beat. And then they will want you to send the song back so they can kind of put some different stuff in certain places, you know, when you say certain things. And they finish producing it, and then you listen to it and you say, yo, that's dope, or you criticize, you don't like this, and it works out. And that was the old process. I don't know if people still specialize in that, but I'm more comfortable in that, you know, in that realm with stuff.
Yeah, that's about what we do.
And I've been trying to land a feature on this joint, and it's not that they don't like the record. It's like when I send people the record, they just like, there's always something going on, something technical, or, you know, I just found out my boy Jay Dimes is actually the reason he's working on a cartoon. They just launched it, and it's a singing cartoon of artists singing, being the characters, for your kids can just like learn these songs, and it's all over YouTube. It's called Station Little, and they just launched that, man. So that's what he's been busy with, and I didn't even know till the other day they launched it, and it's kind of dope. And I let my grandbaby hear it, and he got stuck to it, so I guess it's working. So shouts out to my man Joey Omley. Jordan Omley is his real name, but we call him J Dimes, for thinking about the kids and getting into that process. So I mean, besides you know, having a dope husband that's behind your career, what's it like juggling family and trying to be about your music and trying to hold down a 9-to-5, and then you got the girls? What's that like? Is it because your husband helps a lot and he understands, or you guys try to 50-50? How's that work?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a huge part of it, honestly, because it is very hard to work full time. I have children and husband, and you do have to have that support. It's so important because he's not up here complaining and being like, you're too busy, or, you know, he's also busy. He's also somebody who's very driven and wants to, you know, have his own business and all that. So we both kind of understand each other. We know that life has a lot of purpose in it, and it's family, it's God, and it's also our purpose here that is outside of that, you know. And so we're very supportive, and that's why we work. We're supportive of each other outside of what's in our household, and as long as our household is first, right? But yeah, definitely, it's super important to have that support, because doing music is something else. When you get in a space like you talked about with Kevin earlier, when you get into a space where you're being creative, you don't really want to get out of that space, because you want to make sure you're giving your full self to it. And so it does take strong people around you, people who care about you, who want to see you be successful, for you to be able to be successful. And yes, absolutely, shout out to the husband for that. And my children, they're very supportive. They're super excited and happy for me. Half the time they just, you know, can't believe what's even going on. So
that's dope.
Yeah, it's dope.
yeah, having a relationship, especially a marriage and children and bills, and you know, you gotta think, you gotta be reality with it. Like in my time coming up, I was selfish. I probably wouldn't be home. You know, I gave everything to music. It's a different time now because you have these computers, so you can do a lot from home. So that makes it easier. That takes a lot of stuff off your back. And just, you know, you got to have a special person on your team because, you know, it's very highlighted in the media that people are using their fame for the wrong reasons, and people that like famous people for the wrong reasons sometimes, you know, because they sexy and they want to meet them. And you know, I you know, it's funny because I know these guys are happily married, but you know, my cousin Sincere, your cousin, and then you got her husband, and it's funny because right in front of and my sister Angel, my dad's daughter, she's very vocal about how in love she is with John B in front of her husband. Right? And same thing with Sincere. She's in love with an artist. I can't remember who it was. I believe, was it Keith Sweat? No, it's her husband. But you let her tell it, it's her husband. But she's saying it's her husband in front of her husband. And me being an artist, I always go, nah, because I know the reality of that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dream. Some girls are out there and they're like, yo, I dreamed that's my husband. I grew up listening to his music. But the you know, for you it's a dream, but honestly, on an artist's part, it's reality. Some artists take advantage of that position they're in. You know, and they will sleep with your wife, and they will get at your wife, and they will give her that one night stand. And so when I look at it as in, hey, you better watch what you're saying around him. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, truthfully, it can come true. And but then I have to slap myself and say, she just playing. She just, you know, she got her little crush. And
but I'm guilty of that. I ain't gonna lie. My husband is a trooper. I'm guilty of that with Chris Brown.
Oh no!
But you know, it's all.
Okay, cool. So tell him I got his back. If there's ever opportunity to work with Chris Brown, I'll make sure it don't happen.
Don't you dare!
You got my word, okay? Man. You got my word.
Listen to me. If you ever get the chance for me to meet Chris Brown, you better make it happen.
You can't. Chris Brown, no matter how many bitches he done slap, you still want him. Okay, the dance move outweighs the slap. Okay. All right. So, anyway, yeah, I mean. So it takes a special person at home to be able to accept the fact that you're getting attention. Dudes gonna tell you you're beautiful. They're gonna be commenting on pictures, and he has to be the guy to say, "Yo, that's dope. I got her."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And have confidence that he got his wife in the bag, so he ain't gotta worry about all that.
Yep.
So, but there's a lot of people that can't be with somebody in the industry, man. It's not that easy. And it's funny as an artist to say, you know, to complain how my woman be tripping. She's tripping. She think I'm gonna run off with some. But you know, you'll be the same way if they took your position. You know what I mean? Because I mean, look at these reality shows. Make it so easy to believe that you can have that person.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
I was just looking at the whole situation with a lot of people on these shows dating each other. Like, wait a minute, you dated that guy and he's on the show too? You know, that's why I had to stop getting caught up in that stuff and watching that stuff, because that's the wrong things to even veer in on. And a lot of people don't understand that some of that stuff is coached. Like, absolutely, it's very coached. They want drama in the house. The reason they have drama is because that's what sells now. So you know, it can make you or break you. So you have to know when to fold, and you got to know when to, okay, this is a good opportunity, because you got to have a plan after the plan. That's when things work right. When you got a plan. If your ass is on the show because you want to be known as slapping everybody, then you better come out with a restaurant after the show called Slappers.
Right? Capitalize on some stuff.
Right. So what are you working on right now? You got Humble Brag pushing right now. Is there another single in the bag? Are you thinking about your next move? What's the deal?
Right now, Humble Brag is the focus. I do have my album Breaking All the Rules. It is out. I released that last summer in July, and that's still out for people. But on this one, I kind of wanted to take my time with Humble Brag and give it all that it needs to get.
Yes.
Give it all of my attention, and then let anything else that's gonna come, let it come organically and not feel. With Breaking All the Rules, I didn't feel rushed or pressed. But I knew that I wanted to have a full project, so I kind of moved on to the next thing after I finished a song. So with Humble Brag, I really want to give this everything that I can before I do anything else. But I'm definitely open to to other things, but I don't want to rush into it.
All right, that's what's up. So y'all heard it, 30-minute chop up with your boy E-Dawg on easewayradio.com. We got Ronay on the phone talking about the new single Humble Brag, produced by Funk Daddy. That's killing it right now, and hopefully we're gonna make this thing go up the charts. Hopefully you share it with a friend, and a friend shares it with a friend, so we can make this thing go top 10, top one. How about that? We want one. You want one? I want one. So and then hopefully we got a remix coming with a rapper, possibly a chick. Right? These males want to act funny. We stay in our lane. I'm not a chick. What am I talking about in my lane? In your lane. And we make it happen, man. I appreciate you calling in and talking to the Easeway Radio people. More interviews to come. We gonna go out. We came in with Humble Brag. We gonna go out with Humble Brag. You want to introduce your single?
Yes, this is my single, Humble Brag. And before you go into that, I do want to thank you for having me on, E-Dawg. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all that you're doing for me, and I love you for it. But this is my single, Humble Brag, produced by Funk Daddy.
Right here on easewayradio.com.
Funk Doctor.
Let's talk the things you're gonna do, baby, just show it through. And coming with me is time, cause pausing ain't what I do. I bet you kinda wanna rely on an old excuse. Ain't no spinning me around all them circles you be into. Unmatched is what I fall, see is what I have. I'm polished, ain't never messy. Don't mix me up with no medleys. Impress me with your confidence. Focus your body, all of it. Feline is only forward, the mission she undefeated. What we gon' do? Have them clear up, pocket ready, yeah. We're on the move, so it's forth and forth, no going back. You look good on you, fold it back. Think you such a you. See my friends, yeah, they got it too. Only facts, humble brag, humble brag. If they come for you, send them back. You poppin' girls like you, break them necks, be untouchable. Humble brag, self-talk, just for a minute, my opposition is you. I'm good with that cause I like you, you fight fair and for me too. No lie, we have them battles, them scars, but now we go. Cover up just to glow up, a bossy baddie, I knew. I bet you're the best of me, cause I know you can. I'm more than a woman's lessons, a faded phase of my costume. Impress me with your confidence, kiss your body, all of me. Feline is only for